Welcome back everyone. So in today's episode I'm going to be talking about Ethereum, what exactly this cryptocurrency is trying to achieve, what changes are taking place to the coin, and then most importantly, and probably one of the reasons why you've clicked on this video, is to try and get a sense of where the price is heading in the future. And so there'll be timestamps, so if you're interested in any particular section, head over there, but hopefully you watch all the way to the end. And so before we jump into the video, let's hit the random number generator. Today we're setting it to 82, so 82 thumbs up on the video. It'd be great if we get anywhere close to that number, but for those of you who hit this button each week, really appreciate it. And for all those new to the channel, really great to have you on board. So with that said, let's get into the video. And so Ethereum has been around for a while. Chances are you've heard of this cryptocurrency. It's slightly under 2/3 of the market cap of Bitcoin, so it's in second place. Quite a long way off to beating that of, say, Bitcoin, but in third place we've got Tether, and we can see there's a big cushion there, so in a comfortable second position at the moment. And in the last year alone we've seen this coin shoot up. So there's been some massive gains, hitting over the 4,000 mark and then having this sell-off as of recent. Now that we've had this sell-off taking place, some of you are probably thinking whether it's a good time to buy into the coin or not. So as always, we should try and understand what the underlying coin provides us in terms of benefits. So let's look into Ethereum a little bit more. So just scrolling through the homepage, it's very common for cryptocurrencies to have this somewhat glorified homepage. But we can see that Ethereum is trying to tackle a few different areas. One is the concept of digital money. To date, there isn't any practical example where you can use cryptocurrency to make purchases. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard of the story, which was over 11 years ago, where a software developer used Bitcoin as an actual commercial transaction to order 2 pizzas. So at the time, this was 10,000 Bitcoins. You can work out what that price is given today's price of a Bitcoin. But there is somewhat of a concern when it comes to using any of these digital assets to purchase an item, given that the prices, for the most part, appreciate in value. And so Ethereum is trying to be this digital currency, enabling for a global payment system and to have third-party applications use their underlying software. The concept of decentralization is always a big part with any cryptocurrency. There's a range of reasons why individuals can't open up a bank account. Sometimes there's valid reasons to block an individual, but other times it can be hard to get access given individuals' circumstances. But with the concept of decentralized finance, or DeFi, this enables anyone, provided they have an internet connection, to send, receive and borrow, and these days even earn interest when owning the likes of Ethereum or other cryptocurrencies out there. And with non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, Ethereum is a big player when it comes to tokenizing pieces of art or other digital based items, and then you receive royalties each time the item is resold. So NFTs are a new concept, but Ethereum is one of the driving mechanisms when it comes to verifying whether an NFT is valid or not. And for those developers out there, new companies are being created. Given that Ethereum is an underlying open source technology, you're able to fork the code, which just means copy at the present time. And then if you want to extend the behavior, then you're able to make tweaks to the source code. And in fact, let's head over to their GitHub page. For many people out there, when they think of a cryptocurrency, it seems as though it's this mythical concept, but at its raw state, there's going to be a repository which defines where all their logic is living. There'll be a lot of developers as well. So let's just take a look at one of the largest starred projects. So we've got over 30,000 on the go Ethereum. Within this repository, we have over 612 contributors. So this is a really large community that are constantly making updates. We can even see that, for instance, 2 days ago, there was a change to one of the files, which is living on their production branch. And then in terms of pull requests here, we can see we have a range of open issues, so 90 currently, and then over 6,000 tickets that have been closed out. And so looking at their GitHub page or equivalent is always a great way of checking out their source code, getting an understanding of how big the community is, and that just determines whether the project is going to be successful or not. And then obviously, if you have a lot of contributors, then the chances of a project being more successful is greatly increased as a result. That's something to be aware of if you're not really interested in the likes of Ethereum but want to check out other altcoins. Always do your due diligence and check out their repositories. And then the final point is that Ethereum is moving away from proof of work into their proof of stake. So Ethereum 2.0 is a switching process to proof of stake. It's taken them a longer time to that of other rivals, given that their system is already running and it's using the proof of work system. These upgrades take a lot of time, but it's great to see that they're moving to the proof of stake model. Now onto some of the numbers. We have a current price of 2,397. We have over 57 billion locked in decentralized finance applications. And then the number of nodes, which is basically keeping the system running, is over 5,000. And then finally, number of transactions, 1.29 million in the last day alone. So let's check out some price predictions. Now I'm on the website capital.com. These are not my personal predictions, but I'll give you one at the end. But in terms of the technical analysis performed by Coin Codex, and they're just looking at the short-term support, so around 2,268. And at the upper end with their resistance level, it's 2,828. Now, given that the price is currently 2,397 at the time of recording, that's a good price prediction because we're well within that range. Already though, there has been instances where it's dropped below that lower level of 2,268, but overall a good start in terms of the short-term prediction. Now I'm more interested in the long-term potential all the way up to say 2025 and onwards. So we've got Digital Coin, which has made an Ethereum prediction, again bullish, and they believe that the price will average around 3,700 in 2021, rise again in 2022 to 4.6k, and then in the long term, so 2025, 8,000, and then all the way up to 2028, 11,000 per coin. Now we have algorithm-based forecasts as well, which are a little bit less bullish, and so they suspect at the end of the year the price will be slightly under $3,000, and then 2022 pushing up to the 4,000 mark, but more importantly their prediction for 2025 hitting around the 9,000 mark. So that's actually a higher long-term price prediction compared to the one above, but in the short term they suspect the prices will struggle around the 4,000 mark. That's not surprising given that the highest price point we've had to date is slightly over the 4,000 mark, so it makes sense for people to not speculate too high in the short term. And then we have the Economic Forecast Agency. In the short term, end of 2021, we're looking at over $6,000. By late 2022, we're looking at a peak of around $11,000. And then later on in 2022, around 7.8k. Interestingly, they have a more bearish stance. So by the end of 2024, we're looking at $4,000. I guess they're factoring the idea that this 10,000 level, should it hit that price point, then we're going to see another sell-off similar to what we've been seeing in the recent times after reaching slightly above the 4k mark. Now, price predictions are really difficult. For instance, people that want to know an exact number, it's near impossible to do so. These prices change all the time. In the short term, I do believe that there's going to be a continued sell-off. Personally, I've been buying into Ethereum. I've just been putting in $250 or roughly £250 just to lower my risk, but it's a way of averaging in during this decline. I suspect the price is going to drop even more, but buying in with small amounts at the moment, just in the event that if the price increases, then you miss out the opportunity to buy in. Now to date, we've just slightly gone over the 4k mark, although it's not shown on the coin market cap. The positives with Ethereum is that they're moving to this proof of stake model. I think in the midterm, so a couple of years from now, I wouldn't be surprised if this coin hits around the 6k mark. I feel as though it's less likely that we're going to see prices back in the hundreds of dollars like we saw back in the likes of 2018 to early to mid 2020. But for me, I'm looking way more long term. So 5-year minimum is what I plan to do when it comes to holding these coins. It's not to say I wouldn't sell if it does reach certain peaks. I've done it in the past. So at the time, around 2.5k, personally didn't think the coin would reach 4k, so I sold out on the Etoro platform. But 5 to say 10 years from now, there really is a great opportunity to see this coin hit around the 6 to 10k mark. There's been some insane predictions out there thinking that this coin can hit 100k. We have to be realistic here that Bitcoin hasn't even reached such numbers, and they have the highest market cap. So in 10 years from now, a coin at 100k, definitely don't buy in if you think you're going to reach these types of numbers, but 10k really isn't out of the question. With a price of 10k per coin, that would actually put Ethereum as the number one cryptocurrency, assuming all the other prices stay the same. So $10,000 per coin really isn't out of the question. That's one of the reasons why I am buying into this coin, but more importantly, their tech is really strong. So those are my motives why I'm buying into the likes of Ethereum. Of course, I'm wary with the sell-off. You never know how far down it's going to go, but that's the trade-off that you face when you buy into these coins. Really large sell-offs and then really large increases. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on other types of cryptocurrencies, then let me know in the comments below. Equally, if you have other opinions, it'd be great to hear them in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, definitely hit that subscribe button and share the video out to your friends if you think they'll be interested in this type of content. New videos are posted every week, and with that said, I'll catch you in the next one.